Hello. Hi, Terry. I see some of the faces I know and love. Oh, how are you all? I'm just streaming through, peeking at the faces I can see. I am so excited. Amelia! Hello, my love. Oh my gosh, okay. So there's the chat box. It's going. I want you guys to be prepared for today. So you can chime in. Where are you zooming in from? What is something that is either a win for you or an intention for today? Can you share where you are and what your intention is for this call? And as we're checking in and allowing all the others to join in on this call, just starting to set the intention for this call, allowing any of the distortions or distractions to slowly dissipate from your being, inviting the fullness of you to be here, not to be scattered at what you need to do after this call or what happened before this call or your concerns of the future or your heartache of the past. Maybe for right now, you can just choose now. You can choose to be here with me now. You choose to have your full resonance, your full heart, your full being, your fullness here now. And as more people join in the call, as we're setting our intention and sharing, inviting those of you who have already added to the chat box or do not wish to close your eyes and to really sink in to this moment. And as we're just noticing our breath come into our body, reminding us that we are alive. And then holding that breath, because it's holding the breath that actually allows the lungs to feel hugged, which is what lowers and slows down our heartbeat. It's the holding. What a beautiful reminder of holding, and how in that stillness as we hold, it can allow us to heal, to expand. And then whenever your body feels ready, you will slowly expel the breath with the energy of thank you. Praise is what alchemizes all heavy. So thank you for today as we breathe in and hold and slowly breathe out, setting the intention for this call. Allowing our fullness to be here again, fully now, not in the future, not in the past, but now. There's nothing to worry about in this moment. Inviting play to enter, for you to suspend all disbelief. And for the next few minutes, we're just going to go on a ride with Sara. Imagine this adventure. We're just going to play this game with her, and why not? And just in your own version, thank God, thank your angels, thank your divine counsel, whatever feels resonant to you, for being here in this call. We give praise and thanks that today a miracle will unfold for many who have showed up. And we give praise and thanks for this experience to be together. And as we come back to this room, we slowly open our eyes and gear up for an adventure. I hope you guys have a pen and a paper nearby. If any of you have worked with me before, you know I move fast like a lightning bolt. I give a lot of information that comes quickly. And if you know my story, you know that much of what comes through is co-created based off of the needs of the group. So it's ever changing, and I don't quite know exactly what's going to come through, but I want you guys to be ready and fully here with it. And as some of you know from me, this world wants you to forget. How many of us sit in a class, listen to amazing things, and then we leave and we're like, oh, I'm back into my programming and I'm doing the same habit and I forgot. Oh, yeah, exactly. The job is to remember to remember. And how are you going to remember today? And some of you might be thinking, where's Daniel? Who is this woman? And I will get to all of that in a moment. But I want you to remember to remember. And one of the ways that you're going to remember today is you're going to set an alarm on your phone that was the biggest aha for you. And you're going to write a note and you're going to put it on your mirror and you're going to put one on your fridge. I'm here at my mother's house in Myrtle Beach right now. My kids are out surfing. And she has signs everywhere that remind her to remember to remember. It is what it is, but it will become what you make of it. Here's the sign behind me. My hat says truth or consequences. The goal for me and the goal that I would like to have set with you guys is to consistently up-level your energetic frequency so that you align to the miracles that are your divine right. And I'm going to teach you universal laws today and intuitive channeled wisdom that has radically changed my life. And the main essence of all of it is your energy. Your energy is your most important thing. The desires will follow. It is not in our doing, it is in our being. And so getting our energy really clear and to remember is important in that. So you can keep anchoring back into. So my name is Sara D. Morell, and I'm one of the founders building a mini city in Austin, Texas. I have a couple other developments in the Bahamas and California. I've toured around the world teaching people how to manifest their dream life co-created with God and the divine. I was just on stage to 1 million people live. That's not online, it was in person. And I, multiple real estate ventures, businesses that I've started up. And I was once classified disabled and told I would never work. I am an ex-drug addict stripper that grew up in a lot of trauma. I have had my house raided multiple times by the police. I've been in drive-by shootings. I've been held at knife point. You probably name it. I've experienced it. And I'm here to tell you guys that it doesn't matter where you come, what age you are, where you're at right now, whatever story is in you, that when you decide, you can turn the channel. And within seconds, you can create another paradigm. I was born on All Saints' Day in St. Joseph, in a saint hospital, given 2 names that mean of God and devoted to God. And my birth numbers are 1111, which is the story of Sara in scripture. And if you guys know the story of Sara in scripture, her main role was to have faith. And then she birthed the lineage that led to Yeshua. I was born with a deep connection to Yahweh, to God. And my purpose is to help bring people home to God and to understand the kingdom that they live in. And I call it kingdom codes, that you are God in human form. My parents did not believe in God, or still do not. So none of this was orchestrated on purpose. And I share all of this with you is because I want you guys to build trust with me and to go, okay, where are we going? I know Daniel, maybe I know Sara, maybe I don't. But now this girl is sitting in here and she's going to teach me some things. And I want you to understand where I come from and who I am. So that is the rocket ship we are joining in on today, that I hope to leave you with some universal laws. And again, that wisdom that has radically changed my life. So you ready? Okay, cool. Daniel is currently stuck on a plane. He had a little bit of a hiccup. I was always supposed to be on this call, but he was also supposed to be coming on this call. Not all dancers are drug addicts. That came through at exactly 11:11 at my time, for sure. I just want to, when I was dancing, most of the time I wasn't on drugs. I'm just sharing everything that I was at personally in my own life, methamphetamines, cigarettes, marijuana, all of it. The point is that it doesn't matter where you come from, or what you're doing. So I am looking at your chat box. I am going to be your host for today's call, and I hope that you hang out with me as long as possible. And if you guys hear that dog snoring in the background too loudly, please put some dog emojis in the symbol. And at the end of this, I'm going to do some what I call hot seat intuitive guidance. So if you guys have things that you're struggling with or want some support, pop it in. And of course, there's an invitation. Scorpios are all about transformation. Yes, they are. Hence why I have 5 planets in Scorpio. Here in a couple days, I will be the other main host with Daniel at the retreat in Austin, Texas. So there's an invitation if you hang out towards the end. There's going to be $1,000 off if you guys want to join. And it's guaranteed to transform your life or you get your money back. And I've personally been to many of these with Daniel, and what I've seen has been remarkable. And I think Amelia's even on this call, and a few others that have been to his retreats. And if you feel inclined, share in there. All right. So have any of you guys heard of universal laws? Yeah. Okay, great. Have any of you practiced utilizing the universal laws? Kind of. Can you understand how a law might be important or utilized? For the fun of this call, I want you guys to imagine that you're in a courtroom. Laws will define whether or not you win or lose a case, correct? And how many times do we see laws come into effect that there's a gray area and you can break the law and create a new law? And how many times do we discover that laws are subjective to the judge? All right. Okay, great. So I'm going to teach you guys laws, but I want you to know at the end of the day, you are God in human form. No, we are not walking on water yet. So we don't have the greatness of the creator source energy to do it all, but we can align and decide. Within 16 seconds, you can decide your fate and change it because you are God in human form. So sure, you guys can go through a lot of trauma healing or sessions or all of these things and invest in it, and that's great. Or you can fully decide with 100% conviction. So I'm going to give you laws, but know that you get to break those laws. You get to create laws. So God gave us laws in this earthly realm to utilize for us, not against us. So in each and every single moment, there might be the law of gravity, right? But guess who broke the law of gravity? You guys can put it in the chat box, right? Humans. Humans broke the law of gravity. The Wright brothers created a plane. There we go. We're off shooting in rocket ships, right? We've actually created rooms where humans can float in. So there are laws, and you can utilize those laws to your benefit. But when that law comes in the way, you will break the law. Cool? Now, when you show up in a courtroom, this is the courtroom of your life, and you are the attorney of your life, you must show up with 100% what? Anybody want to put in the chat box? Conviction. Yes. Well done, Kat. Yes. Conviction. Imagine if our attorney walked into the room and was like, I don't know, maybe they're innocent. Maybe they're not. Like, would that go well? That would go very well. I mean, what are they, So, but if an attorney walks in and they're 100% convicted, they are innocent, and we're gonna make this thing to creation, well, then the jury can be moved to that conviction. Yeah, right. Conviction is key. So when I sit with God and I ask these questions, And this could be wrong, this could be right. These are the premonitions I get. So take what resonates, leave what does not. I receive some of the information. Recently, I saw a symbol like this, and it was 3 dots, 1, 2, 3, like the Holy Trinity. And God was showing me that in order to create from dark matter, God source creation into this reality, there are 3 points of the star in order to bring it to life. And one of these points of the star, and I want you guys to draw 3 dots. One dot is you have to, one of the stars is 1,000% desire. What do you desire in your body? Can you find one thing that you desire and write it near that star? And then another one of the stars is purpose. What is the purpose of that desire? So you have desire, which you must give 1,000% to, you must hold. Purpose. So what is the purpose? And the third star is your heart and devotion. So those are the 3 points that you must hold when you want to take anything from dark matter into light. Let there be light into creation. Desire, purpose, and your heart and devotion. Now, the energy that will move that, the currency which moves it, is faith, trust, conviction, right? So you hold those 3-point star, and in your being, you hold the faith, trust, and conviction. Out comes your desire into physical form. And it's not if, God doesn't know if, it's when. That's why the story of Sara, she was like in her 90s and she's spitting out babies that led to the lineage, right? It's not when, it's not if, it's when. I went from on food stamps to owning multiple land ventures around the world within 5 years. And I am teaching people all over the world. I went blind last year, and within 2 weeks, my land was worth $11 million. I had an accident, went blind. And when I got out of the 2 weeks of blindness, I found out that my land was valued at $30 million. Those are God leaps. That's all I teach, God leaps. I want to unlock wealth for you in your life. I want to unlock the miracles that you're asking for in your life, because I know that when you guys have that energy, that prosperity within you, you're going to do amazing things. I sit on the board of 9 nonprofits, and I help fund and run a school for impoverished children in Colombia, and I've been working with the homeless for maybe 20 years. I believe that when you guys unlock these keys for your desire and prosperity flows in, that you're also going to do amazing good things with it. So holding those 3-point stars with the currency of faith, conviction, and trust. It is not when, or it is not if, it is when. Take a minute and write down. Let's do 2 to 3 minutes, where I want you guys just to really dig deep in the energetics of your why, of your desire, and how it's going to serve you and the people that you love when it comes into fruition. What is the miracle that you're calling into your life? Keep digging in deep. What is the why? allow your heart to hold it. Can you guys hear the music and me? Really sink your energy into the why, to the thank you. Bringing up rain and gorgeous. Writing in as much detail as you can. Love. Writing in as much detail as you can how this was your love. It seems there's difficulty hearing me and the music at the same time. So please repeat the 3 questions or type them here. So the question is, we're just writing down in detail what we desire in our life. And then how is that going to be of service to ourselves and the people that we love or the world? You know, some of you, it might just be, I want to be pain-free. I'm living in pain. I'm living in distortion or confusion or depression. What happens when you receive clarity? How might you show up differently in the world? And let that be a part of your pen, because your pen holds power. I want you to make sure that you're writing in there, hello, Mire, how you want to feel. How will you feel in that miracle made manifest? What is the feeling that you have when it's come to creation? And now I want you to name the block. What is the block or the fear to the manifestation, to the miracle? I want you just to name it. Don't own it, because it's not real. We're just going to name it. You can go into detail as much as you. All of the things and thoughts that come up that your saboteur is going to tell you that this is not possible. Allow it to have a different space on the paper. I hear a few people that are stuck on some parts of the block. And if there's not clarity in the block, you can ask yourself, why do you think you don't have it right now? What comes up for you when you hear that? So a belief of unworthy. Somebody wrote up here that they are the queen. Think of manifesting. I don't know where this blog went. Not good things. Queen of wrong decisions. These are all just belief systems that are not true. So doubt means double-minded. Doubt means double-minded. Because there's only one true mind of God. We're born into, which is faith, and faith creates. So any other story is of opposition. It's not true. The doubt and the fear is praying for the things that you don't want. And so what if you can get behind the story of, first of all, the product that you have for the world has nothing to do with who you are. What you're serving to the world to bring in abundance isn't you, it's a product itself. So disassociating from that together can be a helpful tool. Indecisiveness, for sure. That's why clarity is really important. Just find the next best right thing. You don't have to figure out all of the things. You go to the thing that you know for sure in this moment. And desire means of the Father. The word comes from of the Father. So the desire was placed in your heart by our Creator. Whatever that desire is from the Creator. And the fear of failure is absolutely a block, and also the fear of getting it. So I had a fear that when I stood in my greatness, I would lose people that I loved. That's real. And I did. Many people still think I'm crazy. Like, there are so many people that I grew up with is like, this girl, look at her talking about God and manifesting. I grew up in small towns, yeah, that drug addicts galore and limiting belief systems. And for sure, I'm crazy. But this crazy is doing pretty good. I've been to 30 countries in the last 2 years alone. And I'm a sovereign mom. I've been to almost 70 countries in my life. Whatever I'm doing, it seems to be working. So I'm going to go with it. And I invite all of you guys. When the people pleaser in me dies, the God in me will arise. Write it down. When the people pleaser in me dies, the God in me will arise. Y'all got to stop caring what people think. Keep reciting that to yourself. The only that it matters to is God. When you're idolizing humans, that's adultery. Idolatry, I think is how you say it. You are God. So I went and I sat into a meditative state and I said, God, can you show me what you are? I want to understand even more. And I was shown that we have these billions of atoms in our body, right? And one atom, apparently, according to science, can like light up the entire sky. And God was showing me that's me. I'm in every atom of your body. And without devotion and prayer, you're sitting in the dark. When you go into devotion and prayer and praise, you turn on the light switches. Turn on, turn on, turn on, turn on, turn on. Let there be light. Let there be light. So when you go in devotion and you say, God, I care about what you think, I want your will to be done, not Bob down the street who thinks I'm a witch or whatever it might be, right? I want your will to be done. I wrote, you guys, one of the top things I tell all of my clients is your pen is power. And every single night you have to do a couple things before you go to bed. Number one is you write what you're grateful for. Always. You get into the energy. Gratitude is key to align you. It's a law of gratitude. It aligns you into the will of creation. That's God's love language. Gratitude, praise, and time. So you write what you're grateful for. And then you write what you desire, which remembers of the heart of the creator. Then you write your intention for the next day, the next week, maybe it's the next month. What do you want to see happen for yourself? This is homework every single day, guys. I will give you the most simple homework, and I promise you, if you do it for the next 90 days, you will knock on my Instagram door and be like, Sarah, you were right. But you can't take a day off. I've been doing this work for years. If I take days off, the winds start to blow my ship. If I write I'm the captain of my ship, I use my pen for power, it all goes into the direction of what I want. And then what's your seva? How are you going to be of service to the world? So these are things I want. Now, how am I going to show up to be in the alignment of giving? Because in the alignment of giving is the same energetics of receiving. So it's so important to hold those keys. So you write that down every night. What do you desire, or what you're grateful for? What you desire? What do you want to see this next day, week, month, year? What your service is, your seva. And if you want to take it another level deeper, these are ancient secrets that I teach. It's more than 2,500 years old, and it's an unbroken lineage that once the royals only knew. If you guys ever see any of my work, I teach it all the time. I want you guys to practice as an ancient form. It's called scripting. I'm sure you guys have heard of this, where you script your life from a place of it's already done. Like, oh, thank you. This new house feels so expansive, or my partner is so sexy, or whatever it is you're calling in. You script from a place that's already done, but here's the ancient part. You set the alarm and you wake up anywhere from between 4 and 6 a.m. and you read it out loud as if it is already done. And you do this for a minimum of 30 days. And then you put that manifestation to rest. You trust it. You don't go check the seeds in the garden. It's been planted. You just hold the frequency. The frequency itself is what waters it. You hold the desire, but you're not doubting it because that's the sunshine. Okay? You let it go, and then you can do another for the next 30 days. You allow the magic of what's been planted to be there. You don't go in there. Daniel always talks about, like, don't go into the kitchen and check on the cooks. You mess up your order. You made the waitress came out, took your order, went back and told the cooks. You don't go back to the kitchen like, are you cooking it? Are you sure you're cooking it? No, you're gonna get spit in your food. Back out. Like, you trust it. And you're clear when you make your order. You don't go to the waitress and say, well, I'm not really sure. I kind of think on this. No, you get pretty clear by the time they make the order, and then you trust it. Usually. That's what we're to do. All right. So that's when you write and you script at night. And I remember that 2 years ago, I wrote, oh, I'd like to have 7 Airbnbs around the world. So guys, one of my gifts is land, and God shows me where to invest. And I remember the first house that God showed me where to invest had bars on the window in Oakland, California. And I remember pulling up and I was like, there's no way I'm living in gunshot city over here. And I drove away, and God was like, turn around. I heard it really loudly. I'm like, no, I'm not. To anybody else do this? You guys get an intuitive ping. You set the intention, you get an intuitive ping. You're like, that's not my intuitive ping. I'm definitely not doing that. Right? How many of us have this moment where we're like, okay, we set the intention, and then God says, yeah, well, now you have to go have this conversation. We're like, no, I don't. What? Okay. Or now you got to get on stages and you got to speak this story. No, I do what? That's not, no. And we ignore it. Right? And I remember driving away, and I get to a coffee shop, and my ex-husband at the time is like, oh, I think you need to go check out this house. I was like, yeah, cool. Different house. Okay, great. I get in the car and God loud, turn around and go back to that house. And when God speaks this way of me, I know I'd much rather have the human world mad at me than God. I have gone through that. So I turn around, I go back to this house, and there's a man sitting outside, and he's an older man. This man became like a grandpa to me. And if you guys know San Francisco, in order to get a house at the time, you were in line with hundreds of people waiting with your checkout. Anybody here from San Francisco or knows about this? Yeah, is legit. You don't even know what the house looked like, but you better have your check ready. Because if you want in, you're paying it. You got to get in. At the time, the housing market was insane. Um, and so I meet this man outside. We fall in love with each other. And the next day he calls and he says, Sarah, I've decided I don't even want to put this open for anybody else. I want to offer it to you. And again, my mind was still like bars on the window, Oakland, California, but I love this man. He grew up in an ashram. He's devoting all of his time and energy just to service. And I was like, okay, God, here we are. We took the bars off that window. That man offered us to buy the house. We were only supposed to rent off the market. No agents, no bidding wars. That house made me $300,000 profit. In 2 years' time, I doubled my mortgage and I had 2 years renters. So I made $2,000 profit every month, didn't do any work to it. And then I sold it, made $300,000 profit. That money of that house is what saved me in my divorce to keep my kids. That's the reality. My divorce was tricky because I manifested it. I had to go through what I went through. The second house that I found and sold made me almost $1 million profit. And I didn't really do any work to it within 2 years' time. When you suspend disbelief and when you trust God, when you allow God to enter into the room, that's how you co-create the miracle-led life. I wrote a whole book on this, which is my gift to you. If you guys find me on Instagram after, it's Sara D. Morell. I will give it to you as a gift. I believe that you can do what's called a God leap. So that's what we would refer to as quantum leaps. Quantum leaps are when you take a 2-year, here's my Insta, and you take it, or a 10-year goal, and you condense it into two. And these are some of the secrets. Now, the entire time that Sara is writing these things down, I'm playing. One of the most important things, when I started this call, is your energy. It's not in the doing, it is in your being. So the book is a gift for me. I actually don't charge anyone for it. It's a gift. So you find me on Instagram. I wrote a guidebook on how you magnetize miracles into your life. God was really clear that I can never charge for this. It's a co-creative thing. So if you guys find me on there, it's just a gift. I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram, and I just put it in there. It's Sara D. Morell. So you condense time, you can collapse time. Everybody go, yeah, I love getting you guys physically involved. Like the game of Tetris. Y'all know how when you stack the right color, it does what? That's what we're doing here. The same thing with when you somatically want to heal from something in your life. God showed me that the way you can somatically heal, which means to remove it out of your nervous system, is that when you're in the moment of the fear, you choose a different energy. Oh my gosh, the activation, the / trigger is here. I'm angry. I'm upset. I feel fearful. I'm going into the story of victimhood. No, you catch it right then and there, and you choose to say thank you. You choose a different energy. And it's going to happen a couple times, usually within 90 days. Sometimes it's multiple, sometimes it could be one time, and you've shifted it. In that moment, you collapse time and you heal yourself from whatever happened 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. You anchor yourself to a new reality. You choose you're free. So that's how you can collapse time. You're having these homeworks and these things in your life because it's consistently reminding you of an identity. There is the law of identity. I want you guys to write this down, the law of identity. The law of identity states that your reality will be based off of the choice of your perception, which is great because you all can just choose a different identity. I do it all the time. All the time. You see me when I'm traveling, I'm a different Sara. When I'm hosting an event, I'm a different Sara. When I go on the mic on the stage with people, I am a different Sara. Me as a mother, I'm a different Sara. We're all choosing identities all day long. You guys know when you go to work, you're probably a little bit different than when you are at home. Or when you're in a relationship, you're probably a little bit different than who you are with a friend. You guys can play that reality right now. The law of identity is there for your benefit. Break it if it's against your will. What happens when you guys go on vacation? But yeah, Terry. So good, right? You're a different identity. That's what you anchor into right now. Think about it when you have a bunch of coffee or tea in the morning. Who are you in the morning versus who are you at your afternoon crash? Identity is fucking everything. Everything. You already know because you've been working with Daniel that your internal reality is reflecting your external reality. Yeah? Choose the identity. Be gone with it. Be done with it. I want you guys to write down 5 things that are in your habits, your traits, your characteristics that you want gone. Write it down. 5 things you don't want anymore. Name them. Mm. And then I want you to look at that list. Which one has the most charge? Which one is the most? Like maybe you smoke and you know you need to quit. I'm going to break a lot of hearts here, but marijuana is a big stopper from prosperity. It is only meant to be used to heal. It is meant to be used as medicine. If you're using it too often, it's going to slow things down. Right? So there's one thing. Do you smoke cigarettes? Do you whatever? Are you eating something you know you're allergic to? Are you whatever it might be? Are you know you need to walk every day? What is one habit that carries the most energy? I want you to circle it, highlight it. And then I want you to decide one massive action you can take after this call today that would help you to show up against, to alchemize, it's not against, sorry, to alchemize and to recalibrate to a new version of you with that one habit. What is the one thing? Are you on your phone really late at night and then you're staying up too late and then every day you're tired again? What is one thing on there? And I would suggest to go to the thing that has the most charge, but if you can't do that, go to one thing on there that you can take massive action on today. Because when you alchemize the fear or the trait or the characteristics, a new one. So now you're going to name 5 new traits that you would like to embody. The master healers always say to keep your eyes on what you desire. Dr. Clint G. Rogers is one of these master healers that have changed my life. Always keep your eyes on what you desire, not what you don't want. What do you want? So what are the 5 traits that you desire to embody in your life? And now I'm going to have you do an interesting perspective of your life. Who are the closest people in your life? And what traits do they embody? Is there anyone on that list that either you perhaps need to set a new line of energy with, or hang out more with. Is there somebody on there that really sticks out as like, okay, I need to spend more time with Bobby, or I need to have a conversation with Sue, whatever it might be? The people who are closest in your life are the signs that are pointing you into a direction. Pointing the direction. And when you change internally to align to that new identity, so do the people around you. So this doesn't mean you need to get rid of Bobby. You would be amazed at how Bobby starts to uplevel his life when you decide, I'm no longer playing on this field anymore. Maybe they go away, or maybe they start to elevate with you. I don't know how many marriages have been healed because that person decided to focus 100% on themselves, not on their husband or their wife. And by doing so, the frequency of themselves and the way that they were interacting, the person started to elevate. And then the container in the relationship elevated. But you must get clear on the traits that you're playing and interacting with and the traits that you're embodying yourself. So as you do the internal work, you're going to invite those around you to also do the internal work. And you no longer have the negotiation with them about having a conversation that takes you into a different direction than you're trying to go to, than the identity you just labeled. So the law of word is another law. So what you say with your mouth, you create in your life, period. And if you want to test whether or not you're speaking into creation, good or bad, you can think, well, I speak pretty good about life. I want you to put on the end of whatever you're saying, and that's the way I like it. Okay, Amy's laughing, all right? So, I don't know, I'm something silly like, oh, my, I don't know. I'm always talking about I have really big arms. Like I have very muscular women arms. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my arms are so big. And that's the way I like it. I should stop saying that, right? I used to, people know that when I go on the calls, I go into it deep. So I breastfed for 3 years and I used to really judge my body after being a mom. And I would say things and then I got lumps in my breast course, because I was speaking to my body in a way. Now I'm like, oh my God, I love you. And I talk so good to it because whatever you're saying, you're going to create it. So check yourself, oh, my arms are fat and that's the way I like it. Or my bank account's empty and that's the way I like it. Like check yourself with that on the end of it because the universal law is your word is law. So now when you go to your friends or you go to yourself, so check yourself. How are you speaking to yourself when you're home? Like, oh, Sara, you lost that thing again, or look at you, you did it again. You're parenting yourself all day long. How are you speaking to yourself? Because your word is law. Now I get up and I'm like, oh, I love you, Sara. You're such a good girl. I'm so proud of you. Your friends and the way they speak is law. So my friends know all the time. All of them got the lingo. We say, cancel clear. You said something we don't want to manifest. Cancel clear and state what you do desire. So you have the law of your inner circle, which is your friends. The law of your inner circle, because your inner circle points the direction. You have the law of identity. You have the law of word. You have the law of solid ground. The law of solid ground states to be one-minded. Again, if you're double-minded with doubt, you do not have a solid ground. Your heart and mind need to be aligned with that faith. The law of intention. Guys, this is everything. Everything. Now, if you add the law of intention with authenticity, authenticity has been measured in a room full of people, and it is the strongest emotion that exists by 40 times. Authenticity. And some people might think, well, I'm speaking my truth then, and here I am speaking my truth. Well, maybe you get authentic with yourself. You need to sit in the 3 S's: stillness, silence, and solitude. Because maybe you're not even being authentic to yourself. What if the truth is that you don't even believe the thing that you're saying? The truth is that you're just underneath that you want to be loved, or your fear. So the law of authenticity always goes into the law of peace. Because truth resonates at peace. The truth will set you free. The truth will set you free, right? So truth always comes with peace. Even if it's the thing that we don't want to hear, the thing that we want to do, there's a sense of peace. There's a specific flavor, a taste to it, right? And peace is where our power comes from. When you're in a state of peace, you're at what Daniel calls 12 o'clock, right? When you're in 12 o'clock, when you're perfectly poised, you're in the state of peace. Peace is what God showed me in a vision quest, is your power. The house of peace is in alignment with God, Creator. Same thing with devotion and gratitude and praise, the law of love. And that's how you manifest these miracles. And for those of you who think, how do I even know if I'm manifesting? Is this thing real? We're manifesting all the time. Everything you've ever done is a co-creative thing. Think about it. If you think manifesting is not real, now think for a minute, I don't believe that I'm worthy of this job. And then you go to a job interview and you start fumbling and screwing up and showing up weird. You just manifested the failing of that job. So it's scientifically, we've also proven that we're energetic beings, and we have the Taurus wheel. So our energy is coming out, it grabs a hold and it pulls back in. Go down the rabbit hole, studying the energetics and how manifestation is real. And then for the next 90 days, guys, just play with me. Just for the fun of it. Let's just pretend. I completely believe everything Sara's saying. Think about children. They're constantly in a state of imagination. And they're just manifesting the life, and they play, and play is key. God woke me up in between sleep and awake, was like, Sara, do you get it? Do you get it? It's play. Play. When you're in a state of play, anything is possible. And when you hold that desire and conviction. Now, here's what happens a lot with people that I see. I start to give these keys to them, and then their gold shows up, but they don't catch their gold. So let's say you set the intention now, you know what you want. I want a partner. Okay, I want a dream partner, let's say. And then all of a sudden you're at a cafe and boom, there comes your dream partner, and your saboteur archetype kicks in. Your subconscious might kick in, your trauma might kick in and start going, nope, not safe, can't have it. I start being weird. I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I text that? Right? You guys have to catch your gold. And that is the law of tolerance. So your body is going to only go to the level of what it will tolerate. And if you're not doing the internal work to stillness, silence, and solitude, that writing and the scripting and getting clear and doing self-inquiry, then your law of tolerance will set in and you'll lose the thing you've manifested. You know, I'm putting together a 150-person event at the end of the month, and I gotta tell you guys, boy, this has triggered a lot of my law of tolerance. How much can I hold? I'm like, no, throwing it out. Don't want to do it. And I got analytical, very good reasons. I mean, you should see me go. And I went to speak on stage to 1 million people. I had every reason. I was calling in my prayer team. I was like, I'm going to get kidnapped. I travel all over the world. This is ridiculous. I've been to India multiple times, but it was like legit, analytical, very good reasons as to why I cannot go speak on stage. And I was angry. I flew there angry. I got there angry. I'm on stage mad. And I got done. I was mad. Because the old self had to die. And that old self was kicking and screaming and throwing a fit. I got to tell you guys, most of the things that I've done to the bigness that I'm at was really uncomfortable. It was really uncomfortable. And facing the thing that's uncomfortable and denying your flesh desire and moving past the uncomfortable, and fear means go. So heading towards that fear is what's going to give you freedom. So you got to catch your goal. You got to move towards the fear. And then when it gets here, because it's going to get here, I promise you. Oh, Reina, you're on the call, love. Oh, she's gonna make me cry. That woman has a heart of gold. Oh, oh, I feel you, my love. Oh, angel. Mm. She is such a woman of service, you guys. That is an angel on this planet helping her kids. And I see you, and I love you. I'm so grateful for you. Yeah. Once you obtain your manifestation, there's the law of celebration. And the more that you celebrate life, oh, Raina, stop doing it. The more that you celebrate life, even where you are right now, and when you get the thing that you want, you stay grateful for it. This is a big rule from Sara. I sat in the blindness for weeks in the most excruciating pain of my life, and I had no taste and I had no smell. I am so grateful now. My third mom went blind in her 40s. She still traveled the world and then wrote 10 books blind. Gratitude is what got me to where I am now. And you want to test the things I'm teaching you today? Is this real or not real? Go into a state of praise and gratitude with the 3-point star system I taught you. And I promise you, in 90 days, if you're doing the work that I have taught you today, you're going to be reporting back to me miracles. But it doesn't end at the miracle you've obtained. That's one of millions that you're going to receive. I looked at my baby boys this morning and I just started crying. Oh my God, I'm so grateful I get to be your mom. All the time I look at them, they're like, oh, mom, she's doing it again. Oh my God. I look at planes, guys, and I'm like, oh my God, we're flying. Like, what? I'm on a computer hanging out with all of you guys. That to me is still crazy. I love it. I love to be in the state of childlike wonder. The childlike wonder, the imagination and play. I mean, there's no way that old Sara, drug addict, addicted, depressed, suicidal, struggling with eating disorders. I was in so much pain, I would just lay in my own vomit. I couldn't even yell for help. I was in jail in my body in severe pain, living in a hospital at the age of 8 by myself. The only way I got to where I am right now is it's the quote, fake it till you make it. I literally just started to pretend and went to a state of play every time I could. My reality of where I was living was so toxic. I only had one choice, and that was go to imagination and play. And I kept hearing God guide me, stay here with me, stay here, we'll get it, stay here, trust me, stay here, you're okay. The reality is, guys, if you're manifesting off of need, you will only get what you need. I need to have this much, I need to have this much. You're only gonna ever manifest what you need. The truth is, you've always had what you needed. You have everything you need now, and you will always have what you need. Do you understand? I want you to write those things down. You've always had what you needed. You're here now and alive. Truth, I was homeless as a child. Shit was uncomfortable, but I always had what I needed. I had enough. And the truth is, you have everything you need right now because you're breathing. You're alive. So the truth is, you will always have what you need. But now, if you want more, you go to the energy of more, which is also the energy of giving. These are the laws of receiving and the law of giving. It matches. So if you want to make $1 million, don't go, I want $1 million. I am providing a service or product that is a value of $1 million to people or to animals or to the planet. It's a vibrational frequency match of $1 million value. I'm going to peek through the chat box. I technically was only supposed to be on this call for 30 minutes. And hold on, I wrote down, because literally, okay, you guys, I want you to see everything. I sat with God last night. And I asked God, what does this group need to hear? And fast. This is what I got. Okay, so urgency is never real. I want you to write this down. Never trust urgency. It's a distruth, but trust aligned right action now. It's a very different frequency. Can you feel the difference between the two? Aligned right action now comes with peace and knowingness. Move. Even though you might be afraid of doing the thing you need to do, timing is of the essence. Urgency has fear and it's contracted. And when you're in contraction, you're in depletion. You're in pushing away. This is the opposite of abundance. Everybody open up your arms and your chest and your mind and just feel this openness with your body. Can you lock in the openness? Breathing in and out the openness. Wow. That is abundance. That is receiving. All right. So if you want to know if you're in the frequency or energy of abundance to contraction, which is expelling, test that in your body. Remember that feeling in your body. So controlling things, this is for you ladies. We got the curse of control. You need to go to surrender and trust and open. Now, I want you guys to imagine I was on my way and I was downloading, this upcoming event with Daniel and what I'm going to be teaching when I'm there and what's coming through. There's crowns on your head. All of us were born with a crown. This is the vision I was being given. And that crown is in the shape of a V, like a funnel. So from our crown chakra, we have a crown and we have the ability, like a funnel, to take from kingdom, the heavens kingdom, anything we want from that dark matter into our mind, into our being, and our heart is what generates it into fruition. Okay? It's a lie to think that prosperity is limited. That's not real, yo. For the first time in history, 85% of millionaires are what? Do you guys know this answer? First generation. 85% of millionaires today are first generation. We have more money than we've ever had before, ever. And even in economy drops, we've been able to create more money than, people get rich in the economy when it's at those worst. It's just all on the perception of what they're willing to believe to. So when you imagine the crown on your head like a funnel, you're going to God. God is limitless. It is limitless. Thinking that it's limited is the false reality. So imagine that you have on your crown, you're ever tapped into this unlimited prosperity that gets to come in through and out, through the keys of what I've shown you. But again, it's that threshold. And it's in your energy, not in your doing. Do you guys know the story in scripture? I'm not religious at all. I just want to say this. I study the Hebrew translation because there's codes. Yeshua said, "You will do all I can and more," right? He's teaching the art of manifestation. And he said, you must have faith to do it. He's teaching you the art of manifestation. He also said, you must love thy neighbor with all your heart and your God. The law of, okay, so when you guys are saying negative talk about anybody, that was weird. Karmic. I lost y'all. All right, it's karmic. It goes out of your mouth and into your body and causes disease, arthritis, calcified hearts. Negative talk about anything or anyone is karmic, like an arrow. Imagine the arrow going back in your body. That's a law of karma. So from now on, you only speak to existence what you desire and what you see and beautiful, and watch as you start to do that with other people, it happens with yourself. I teach this whole, it's a gift from me to you. If you reach out to me, I have a gift on how to fall in love with yourself. The more that you see love in other people always say you need to fall in love with yourself first. Some of us, that's not possible. There's just too much in here, right? So one other way is you start to fall in love with every human around you. See every imperfection is beautiful, and you're going to start to notice that you've tricked your mind into falling in love with you. So it really is possible, but you can love other people to turn into loving you. Does that make sense? So whatever you've been told before, I want you to let all of it go and just to imagine you get to defy this reality. So start loving other people unconditionally and seeing the beauty in their imperfections And that's going to come back to you. All right, let's make sure I've got everything in here. Okay, so I said it. It's the fear that you head towards to win the game. You're here to play to win. All right, this is the game. You're not here just to be. Why is it? It's saying I'm speaking in Portuguese. I don't know why it's doing this. You are here to win. So write down, you're playing the game to win. You're not just here to be. You're here to win. So you're playing the game to win. And fear, that whatever that your things you're afraid of is where you head towards. Like I ice bath every day for almost 15 minutes a day. I hike every day with bare feet in the earth. I never watch any TV that has distortions. I can't. I start to vibrate at that frequency and then I'm manifesting all sorts of things. I manifest my reality fast. And so for me, I'm in a state of purity. I can't even listen to music that has lyrics that has suffering or scarcity in it. I can't. I start to like malfunction like a wet robot. So what is it there to win? So in your existence, in your life, the miracle that you're talking about, that's the win of love. And I sat down once in a medicine journey and I asked God, let me understand you more. And so God showed me, if you want to understand me more, you'll have to understand the other energy in the world, which is opposition, and how subtle opposition works in our life. Okay, so that's the mind, you know, it's often so subtle. It's not like this great adversary and this giant thing that's scary and walks in the room and we're like, ah, no. It's usually like, oh, play with my phone. Yeah. Come over here. Play on social media. Yep. Don't do the thing you need to do. Yep. Over here. Subtle. Over here. Yep. Go over here. Oh, negative talk. Start talking about Sue. Say bad things. Yep. Oh, subtle over here. So usually it's very subtle. Very subtle. And those are the things you have to pay attention to. And then God showed me the greatest secret of it all is how simple life gets to be. And I was shown the vision of me and my kids by the fire reading a book. This is what true prosperity is about. The reason I'm after building these mini cities around the world is because I love giving homes. I love creating family everywhere I go. Those of you who know, if you've been in a container with me, I love you like you're my sister or my brother. Like that's what lights my soul. But when I'm in the simple of nature, oh my gosh, you're gonna find me like a little leprechaun and bare feet and dirt all over me. Like I love life. It's in the simple. I teach how to change the paradigm of wealth, how we pursue it in our relationship to it. Wealth gets to be for you whatever you desire. Your miracle-led life is for what you desire. We're programmed in our reality to think we want the things that we don't really want. Stop it. What do you actually really want? And most of the time, it's good relationships. It's to love, to receive love. Laughter is medicine. Go find more funny. Go be more playful. Okay, I'm going to go into your cues. Let's see, desire and decision, desire of God, fear of greatest. Okay, yeah, I talked about the fear of the fear is the greatest sin of all, and it's praying for what you don't want. So anytime you're in a state of fear or doubt, you're literally asking for the thing you don't want. You got to go to keeping your eyes on what you desire. Now, remember, you're in the courtroom of life. And so your intention, your authenticity, and your conviction with purpose are what create. And you have to think of your every day. You have to check in.
What I'm going to do, or not that number there.
How do you want to feel today? What do you want to create in your life? You need to ask that of yourself every single day. Okay, if you want to change your relationships in your life, you're going to do one key thing. You're going to listen with your heart. You're going to listen. Really seek to understand. My master healers taught me, and it's the Ancient Secrets Master Healer, that what people want most is not actually to be loved. It's to be understood. And if you want to change every business relationship, if you want to start scoring more clients than you've ever had, if you want to grow your prosperity, seek to understand. Listen. Deeply listen with your heart. And know that your reality is because you are. You did this. I am. God said, I am. I am. I am God in human form. We are here to make manifest God's glory through human form. Those billions of atoms in your body that can light up the sky is I am. If you are in victim in any way, you got to move to your warrior, my loves. You got to add on your magician hat, step into that lover archetype, and keep pursuing it. I am checking the chat box now. Those are all the things God said I needed to share with you guys today in the laws. There's so many other laws that I'm going to be teaching. Before I go into the hot seat, or what I would say conduit wisdom, I want to share with you guys, here is the link to the retreat. Please, oh, please delight my heart. I think it's literally $1,000 for 3 days. All of your food is included. I don't even know how he's making away with this. It's 100% guaranteed or your money back. All right. So $1,000, your food included. There's a VIP option. The code for this, you guys have to type it in. Oh, okay. The code is Austin VIP. And the VIP is premier front seating. You get to have interaction with Daniel, meet and greet, open magic, elixir bar, gift bags, surprises. You get to enter in early. And then, I don't know, everything's standard. You guys probably want to check the website. Logistics are not my strong suit. This is me reading. All right, here's the link. If you have any questions at all, I think everybody already stuck my Instagram in there. So my Instagram is instagram.com/Sara, SARA. And I'm still going to go hot seat coaching. So stay with me, Sara D. Morell. No H. And you get my book. Yeah. So if you have any questions at all, here, let me see if I can just do it this way. You guys can write me or go to the team and they'll answer. And you guys are so welcome. I really have so much love for you. And my book is your book as a gift. And there's a master class on how to fall in love with yourself. Because really, the $1 Million Mindset is all about self-worth. And millionaire consciousness equals accelerated abundance. But I even defy that sometimes because you can have shitty self-worth, but if you believe in your product, then you can make billions of dollars. Do you guys know that poop spray? This one gets me every time. $600 million value, Susie Batiz, to poopery. Yo, that's poop spray. If you think you can't create a product that would make a lot of money, just go back to poop spray. I mean, like $600 million for poop spray. Louis Vuitton bag. You guys probably heard me talk about this. Shit don't make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. That's the whole part about this. You just get to defy reality and entertain the irrational. I do it all the time. All the time. The Tushy invention, millions of dollars to wash the butt. And it was already done. She created again, made some good commercials. Chuck E. Cheese is just pizza upgraded. You don't even have to come up with something new. Just find something you can make better. And then you keep going towards it. All right. Tell him to manifest better flights. All right. So actually, I think that I was meant to be here for the full session with you guys, right? You guys have Daniel all the time, but you don't get Sara very much. And my schedule is packed with amazing things, like I'm building Narnia. So perhaps God just put Daniel on the plane so that you can have Sara, you know? You have Daniel more. Link to the book, go to my Instagram, Sara D. Morell, and you guys just message me, and my assistant and I are going to give you the book. I read it, and I just hand you to my assistant. I'll give you my website. You can put it in. The book's automatically yours. It's a gift. It's interactive. You guys, the book is so cool. It has my favorite songs in it. It has the writing practices. It has videos for me. It's very interactive. It has an audio entry. I don't believe in just being right. I like you guys very interactive in writing. I fall asleep if I'm not moving my body. I'm just going to go up through. So if there's questions that you guys have, this is the moment. I have 15 minutes left. Oh, people have to go. Sending love. Sacred art and geometry. Yes. I hike and spend time in nature every day. That's a rule. With every client I ever have, you have to barefoot in the woods every single day. Ice bathing, sauna, like your energy's everything, eating healthy, self-talk, self-love talk to other people. Like I don't, I'm literally, I'm, if you were to see me, I pee in the dirt every day. I live in the city and I will find a place to pee outside every day. That's my, get rid of the hoocha. Hoocha is an energy that clings to us and nature gets to peel it off. Most people are into wealth and wellness. Are you about health and wellness? Yes. Okay. So I actually started to go to school for nutritional therapy. That's what got me out of some of the energetics that I was stuck in. 80% of all illness and disorder comes from emotion. 80% of all illness and disorder comes from emotion, but the food that we're feeding our body is fuel, and it either tells our body to hinder or to heal. Food is information. So you betcha believe it. I highly encourage you guys to start reading the book, Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer. Again, if you guys message me, I'll send you all the resources, my assistant will. That book and those healers are where who I travel with all around the world, and they've changed my life. I understand that now what could be poison for me could be medicine for you. So there's some things for people that they should and some people that it shouldn't, right? So it's your health is everything. Living is the win. Yeah, but if you're living in a state of sorrow, you're also usually too focused on selfishness. So if you guys are in depression, you're too focused on self. I cannot tell you how many times I had no money in my bank. I was feeling all those feelings and I went out and hung out with the homeless. Money showed up, gratitude showed up, my frequency changed. How many of you guys know you're in pain, you're suffering, and then you go hang out with your friends and all of a sudden the pain's gone? Like, or you go, if you start praying for somebody else, you start feeling better. Those are laws. Pure, authentic heart without intentions. Yeah, they talk about this. So some people say that altruism isn't real because we all know we're getting when we give. And I kind of, I every time I ever give, like I love working with my orphan babies. Oh my gosh, it's the best thing in the world. I feel so alive. I'm getting by giving. The best moments of my life. Like I just baptized 4 women in the pool with the pastors. Women took over that church. It was amazing. I think the churches need to upgrade massively. There's a lot of untruths that are spoken. No, hopefully that doesn't offend anybody. But God grabbed me and was like, you're baptizing these women. And I'm in the pool with the pastors and I'm just bawling. This was the best moment of my life. Like simple moments, being of service. Like, oh my gosh, outside of birthing my children. Childlike wonder. I have an alarm in my phone. I can share it with you guys too. My phone broke coincidentally on my phone right now. Brand new phone. Every morning I say to myself, before my feet hit the bed, I recite a prayer in the morning, which is so important. You open up your eyes, you recite a prayer of exactly, you think to yourself, how do you want today go? Thy will be done. Today is a day of completion. Miracle after miracle unfolds and childlike wonder leads me. Oh my gosh, to be childlike. Like I'm 40 years old and I am so playful. I have an amazing time and my life shows it. Like childlike wonder is something that the schools try to pull out of you. It's not true. We're supposed to be big, playful adults. I mean, think of some of the most young people that exist. They're big, playful adults. All right, I'm skipping back down to the end. Repeat it. Thy will be done. Today is a day of completion. I give thanks for this perfect day where miracle after miracle unfolds
I'll cook in a little bit, okay, Chase?
and childlike wonder leads me. No meditation today. Well, I've never done one. I guess Daniel's always what does. Huh. I've messaged you on Instagram about your book. Oh, great. Okay. Message again if I missed it. That's also, sometimes I get super busy. So you guys are never, if I'm not catching you, message again. All right. So I'll just end the call with, let me see if I got it. Song. What is the song? So the song that I was listening to. Let me see. I'll just share with you guys my list. Do you guys want that playlist? This is, let's go. I have my devotion. I realize that you guys can't find me in a group later. So let me see if I can share copy link. Oh, that was so much easier than I thought. All right, ready? In your chat box. This is my favorite playlist of devotion. Music is what gets me into the frequency of God. So again, the prayer is, thy will be done. Today is a day of completion. Give thanks for this day, and miracle after miracle shall unfold. And childlike wonder lead me. Well, him, Daniel, too. I can do a meditation. I don't know if Daniel will be happy with me if I just give the mic over to other people. I might get in trouble. I've known Daniel for years, guys. I just want to say, like, I call him my boo bear in my phone. He's my best friend. He's the funniest guy I've ever met. He's radically changed my life. He's such an angelic being. He has so much here to help us unfold in our life. I remember years ago, I had one session with him, and it really completely changed my life. And I'm excited for those of you that can join us. I put the link in there for the 3-day event. All right, you guys, close your eyes. It's 12:22 where I'm at. 22. So everyone close your eyes. I'm gonna impromptu meditation. For a request, I'm gonna center you guys in. Take a deep breath and sink in. And I'm going to invite you to invite God into your being, into your awareness. It is you, but to invite God really fully into your being. Say, God, come to me. Show me your love. Prayer starts with your heart, not with your mind. So I want you to imagine that your heart is expanding. And as you're slowly breathing in through your nose and out of your mouth, imagining that your heart is growing bigger and bigger, bigger. Feeling the sensation of love. Feeling the sensation of thank you. Feeling the sensation of it is already done. Everything you desire. As sure as you know that you're living right now and the breath is flowing from your body. You don't doubt whether or not you'll receive the breath. It is here. There's no hoping, there's knowing. Hold that knowing in your body. Hold that knowing that anything is possible for your life. Now bring into your vision in your mind's eye 3 people you love. Send them gratitude. Think of the 3 things that are of service to you. Your computer, your internet, water, electricity. Send it gratitude. Thank you for your service. Now I want you to hold 3 memories that delight you, that feel like miracles in your life. 3 things that have happened for you that brought you so much joy. You still can't believe it's here. Now hold in your mind's eye the desire that you're calling in and anchor that same feeling of praise, of gratitude, of it's here, it's already done, it already happened. And only that charge energy of the simple piece of it's already done will be aligned with that manifestation. And I want you to take a few minutes here Breathing in and out, just imagining your dream life again. Imagining that miracle is made manifest. What does it look like? What does it smell like? I'm going to give you 60 seconds to just fully see the movie as if you're watching it on a screen. Smell the smell of it, feel the sensation, see yourself in a movie playing out the manifestation of your desire. Feeling the thankfulness. Breathing deeply in and out. Thanking God for blessing this manifestation. Thanking your divine angels for bringing you all the tips, the clues, the intuitive wisdom to make it manifest. Removing all blocks and clearing all distortions. Now, as you see this movie screen, I want you to reach your hand out to the you of the future and take the hand of the you of the future and imagine that you in the future in the movie screen is now pulling you inside to that movie screen. You are living that life. Now, I want you to imagine you're walking wherever you are in this manifestation, and there's people around you, and they're whispering to each other. They're whispering about you. They're whispering, have you seen the miracles that she made manifest or he made manifest? They're whispering about your success. Can you hear them say it now? Imagine the people that know you and love you are talking about you, and they're talking about your success. I want you to take a moment and hear all about the manifestations, your miracle-led life. And putting your hand on your heart, thanking the past you for everything that you have done to get you to where you are now. And with your hand on your heart, I want you to tell yourself that you love yourself. I want you to tap your heart 6 times and say, well done. And put your other hand wherever it needs the support or attention. And invite your heart to send an energy to that place in your body, thanking for supporting it, for healing it, for giving it strength, for courage, peace. And taking one more deep breath before we come back to the room with each other. And breathing out, thank you. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for your shares. Thank you for your vulnerability. He's really good at playing the piano, yes. Only one time I can DM you. I'll have to look. Okay, my loves. Also, that's the same as my Facebook if you can't reach me. But oh, Lona. Hello, love. Oh, there's so many of you that I deeply, deeply love here, and I am so grateful that you've been here. I have a tradition that oh, Nihal, hello, my love. I love everybody to unmute, which might get a little crazy, and say, I love you and I'm with you.
I
I
love
love
you.
I
you
love
and
you and I with
I'm
you.
with
And I'm
you.
with you.
And I'm with you.
and with
I
you.
love
You
you
and I'm
and
with
I'm with
you.
you.
I love you. I
I
love
love you and I'm with you all.
You.
Thank you
I
so much.
don't care about the
Everyone.
house.
So much.
Thank you so much. All
Thank
blessed
you.
angels.
You are so beautiful,
Thank you,
guys.
Sarah. You're
Oh, you're
amazing.
all so beautiful. Thank you so much.
I love you and I'm with you.
I love
Thank
you
you.
and I'm with you.
Yeah.
I
Thank you,
love
guys.
you. I'm sure he's gonna send out the recording, so keep a lookout in your email. You guys go make a miracle for me and report back soon, okay?
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Love you
Thank
all.
you.
You.
Bye, guys. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.